When they're talking about gas chambers and group chats, can you condemn that?
Are we really going to do this again? No.
So you don't condemn it?
Your energy is so aggressive.
I love Hitler, gas chambers.
All right, hold on.
You can't condemn that.
Just easy, buddy. Okay, so there is a whole conversation that I want this to be attached to, okay? And the whole conversation is that we have a guy who's running for attorney general in...
I condemn that. But you can't condemn your side.
But your party is not disavowing it. It still supports this guy.
Conversation got a little fiery at Chris Cuomo's town hall last night. It was great. We'll replay this weekend. You should watch it if you didn't see it. It was Turning Point USA spokesman Andrew Colvett and Midas Touch podcaster Adam Mockler. What they're talking about is just the latest political scandal involving text messages. We say latest because there's been a few. Politico unveiled a slew of texts in a Telegram group, that's a chat program, with leaders of a young Republican group saying vile things like, my delegates I bring will vote for the most right-wing person. And a member named Peter Ganita replied, great, I love Hitler, which received a laugh emoji. Clearly, these people have a really terrible sense of anything. It's disturbing in every sense of the word. But there's this kind of rhetoric on both sides. The Democrat running for attorney general in Virginia, and I don't know how you do degrees of horribleness, but he fantasized about shooting a political opponent in the head twice. And he is still running for attorney general. Tonight, he tried to redeem himself.
Let me be very clear. I am ashamed. I am embarrassed. And I'm sorry. I am sorry to Speaker Gilbert. I'm sorry to his family. I'm sorry to my family. And I'm sorry to every single Virginian. I cannot take back what I said. But you have my word that I will always be accountable for my mistakes. And you also have my word that I will spend every waking moment fighting for you.
Democratic strategist, founder and chief strategy officer, Authentic, Mike Nellis is with us. He just wrote about this on his Substack, Endless Urgency. Now up to 1.5 million subscribers. We have to keep updating our graphic. This is the culture Donald Trump and J.D. Vance built. I will say ahead of time, it's your birthday, so happy birthday. And that's the last nice thing I'm going to say to you during this segment, all right?
I don't think that's true.
Okay, it's not. Help us understand what argument you were trying to make in that Substack.
Yeah, well, I think, look, you've got two stories that are happening right now. The first is these text messages, which are filled with really horrible things that are said about Black Americans, that are said about Jewish Americans, that are talking about Hitler and gas chambers and stuff like that. And then you've got a young Republican staffer working for a Republican congressman who felt comfortable enough putting an American flag with a swastika on it in his background, and it got caught. I think there is a culture problem on the right. And then what happens? Do people condemn it? You've got some on the right who does, but J.D. Vance, who is the front runner for the Republican nomination in 2028, comes out and goes, oh, boys will be boys. We're not going to cancel these guys. These guys are young professionals. They're in their 20s, they're in their 30s, they're in their 40s.
Yeah, it's absolutely, it's horrific in every way, and the flag with the swastika is inexplicable, and it's insane. Agreed. Here's my question. How do Democrats, and I say this respectfully, have any credibility on this when there's a guy running for attorney general who Democrats are still supporting, who the Virginia senator, senior senator from Virginia, is still supporting, who exchanged text messages about killing a political opponent?
Yeah, so I'm happy to talk about that. What Jay Jones said was wrong. I don't think it's hard to admit when somebody says the wrong thing. Jay Jones himself would tell you that it was wrong. The difference here is that most Democrats have said that. You played that clip from Adam Mockler, who, by the way, lives down the street from me. I love him. He's a great kid. And he's out there saying it, and a lot of other Democrats are saying it too. And here's the difference. Jay Jones has apologized, and he's going to face the voters in a couple of weeks. The voters will decide how he should be held accountable for that, and that's the way that it's going to be. But major Republican Party leaders, this is the same thing that happened with the Charlie Kirk stuff. We got lectured and lectured about our rhetoric because of the horrible thing that happened to Charlie Kirk. And then they go out there and they use the space and they use the moment to weaponize it and call Democrats domestic terrorists. That's a much larger problem. Doesn't mean there isn't a problem in the Democratic Party side, but it is
that Charlie Kirk was killed. But aside from that, though, is condemning it enough? I mean, I get this idea that somehow if you condemn something, then you can move on. I'm old school, right? Condemning it is not enough. I mean, we were told for a long time that silence was violence. You had to go out and you had to cancel people, right, who said these kinds of things. You had to say, no, they should resign. I'm old enough to remember when Al Franken had to resign because of a lewd picture. And yet you now have Democrats who are just fine with Jay Jones saying, go ahead and shoot people. I'm not disagreeing about the J.D. Vance thing. I'm just trying to understand how Democrats think they have the moral high ground, or does the moral high ground not exist anymore?
Well, just hold on, because we're both siding a thing right now. Again, Democrats have spoken out about what Jay Jones said. What Jay said was wrong. And again, he's going to be held accountable by the voters.
So you're okay with just speaking out about things? If
well,
J.D. Vance said
anything, we're 3 weeks out from the election, right? There really isn't anything that can be done. He's going to face the voters. There was a poll today showing the race is close. Voters are going to decide what happens.
Well, I mean, actually, there's a lot that can be done. I mean, just go to the Jay Jones thing, right? Winston Miller Sears, this is the woman running for governor. In response to a Julia Manchin inbox from the Virginia Democratic Party, Sears must call on all young Republicans implicated in racist text scandal to step down from their positions. Winston Miller Sears said, easy, they absolutely must step down. Very clear statement. But Abigail Spanberger, who's running for governor in Virginia as a Democrat, she can't say Jay Jones was supposed to step down. She could, but she won't. So what am I missing?
Jay Jones can't step down. He's on the ballot. They've already printed the ballots. People are voting in Virginia right now. There's no recourse for that. So I don't think it's even remotely the same.
So it's not the same because there's an election coming up? It's sort of people don't have to say,
there's no
people don't have to do the right thing
remove.
because there's an election?
There's no mechanism to remove him 3 weeks before the election. It just feels like an excuse so that Republicans don't have to own up to the fact that the vice president of the United States defended these guys for the horrible things that they said.
Yeah, I don't understand.
That's not right.
I didn't understand what Vance said. And I don't understand giving up the moral high ground that Republicans had on this either. So
I mean, I don't think they had any.
No, I think what you and I are agreeing on, there's no moral high ground in politics anymore, which
no.
is sad.
You and
But
I have a little
hope,
bit, maybe.
Mike, it's 8:37 Central. I hope your birthday gets better after this.
Thank you. Thank you. This is the highlight for sure.
Well, it says a lot. Happy birthday, my friend. We'll talk soon.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.